Hey, it's been a while. It's nice to see you again. I'm Maria, plus size photographer from Houston, Texas. Plus size because I am a little fluffy, or a lot fluffy, or however you identify, whether that's fat, curvy, plus size, it really doesn't matter. It's all just terms. It's just words around here. But I wanted you to be able to find me. And today we are gonna talk about plus size posing for boudoir. And guess who the model is gonna be? Yours truly. Stay tuned. So you just booked your boudoir photo shoot. You're plus size and you're a little nervous. Not to worry, I'm here today to put you at ease and give you some tips to prepare for your own boudoir session. First, find one of those qualities that you're really proud of or that you feel most confident in. For me, it's gonna be my hair. I get a lot of compliments on my hair. And if you have thinning hair, then I have some suggestions as well. If thinning hair is something that creates a little bit of insecurity for you, I definitely recommend getting clip-on extensions and setting your hair before heading over to the studio. So get yourself some hot rollers, curl your hair, and let them sit there for a few hours. Make sure you arrive with dry hair as well, because otherwise it's gonna eat up a lot of your time in the studio. Because my hair is something that I get tons of compliments in, I have grown it out long. And so this is something that we're gonna utilize a lot during my photo shoot, kind of like a security blanket. Hair also will help you if you're insecure, for instance, about a double chin. And that's what we're gonna be talking about today. There's like two houses or thoughts when it comes to plus size photography. On the one end, you have the photographers that don't believe in any retouching or any specific type of posing. Here's the thing about posing though. Posing is not specific to one body type. What I mean by that is that there are not poses that only work on plus size women and that only plus size women should be photographed in a certain way. All women are different of all shapes and sizes, and we have to find those angles and those poses that are gonna make them feel sexy, empowered, and that are going to be flattering to the person, regardless of what your body looks like. On the other end of the spectrum are the photographers that believe in completely erasing your texture and hiding everything. They think that we need to hide all the tummies, we need to hide all of the insecurities, blur out all of the stretch marks. I think I fall more in the middle of this area, and I like to talk to my clients and have them decide for themselves what they are most comfortable with. A little bit of retouching, a little bit of skin smoothing is perfectly fine. A little bit of liquefy to contour the body is also fine by me. My goal is never to change someone from a size 14 to a size 0, but I'm gonna make you a perfect size 14.
Hi, I am Michelle, your photographer today. Are you ready for your shoot?
No.
Did you stretch? Did you stretch, arch that back, point your titties to Jesus? Practice?
I'm here today with my photographer, Michelle. She's actually head photographer here at the Goddess Lab. And we are gonna be talking about the outfits that we're gonna be choosing for my boudoir session. One of my favorite tips, and it's something I learned back in my pro wrestling days, is how to get the tits up. So the secret to all of this, especially if you have bigger boobs, but even if you have smaller boobs or even a little bit of sag, whatever your concern is with your boobs, this trick is gonna work wonders for you. We're gonna utilize two bras. One is gonna be our strapless bra, and you want it to be just a little bit smaller than your regular size. This is gonna go on underneath first. And what you're gonna wanna do is pull your boobs up as high as you can. Like if you want them up here, they're gonna look great. And then you're gonna take a regular bra, one that's pretty and sexy, that has the coverage that you need, and this is gonna go on top. And what that's gonna do is gonna give you excellent, like, cleavage. You're gonna be young again. And let's pair this with a set of panties that are gonna coordinate well with this bra. So let's address the elephant in the room. Michelle, why am I the model today? One of the reasons is because as a photographer that's always talking about empowering you and to not be nervous and not cancel your session, I've got to put my foot where the money is. I gotta put my money where my mouth is. However that saying goes, but I gotta back up what I'm dishing today. So that's why I'm doing it. The other thing that I have noticed in a lot of these posing videos, posing guides, or any kind of tutorial is that the models, even if they are plus size or curvy, a lot of times they're either fully covered or they have this great hourglass shape, maybe even some plastic surgery, so they have tiny waists and nice perky booties. I've got the squishy belly. We got the jiggly arms. And I have no booty. Okay, so now we're gonna talk a little bit about what your insecurities might be. For me, it's gonna be my lower belly. I have a little bit of overhang. If you're like me and you're uncomfortable with your tummy, whether that be because you have stretch marks or anything like that, then I suggest choosing lingerie that you're gonna feel most comfortable in. So for me, my security blanket is gonna be to cover my tummy. I'm gonna wear high-waisted undies, and then I'm gonna place them as high as I can to the smallest part of my waist, which will in turn give me a little bit of an hourglass. I'm also gonna pull them down right here so that they actually cover what some people call the fupa, which is my tummy that's right here. You guys can see it, okay? Putting myself out there for you. Okay, it's time for our goddess photo shoot or boudoir session. One recommendation that I absolutely have is that if you are insecure at all, let's warm you up by having something like a robe. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy like what I have here, though I absolutely suggest it because totally makes you feel like you're in character. Regardless of the shape of the body, we always want to try to create curves. And we also want to use triangles in our posing. This way we can make it dramatic and interesting. We're gonna start today with a little lounger, but this could be a couch or it could be a bed. And we're gonna start with my favorite pose, which I call the mermaid. It is something that works on everyone, regardless of flexibility or any kind of mobility issues, which is a question that I always ask our clients before we get started. So we're gonna bring our legs to the side like a mermaid, and we're gonna pretend like this is our tail, and we're gonna be nice and relaxed, and we wanna create space between our waistline and our body. So Michelle's gonna come here and she's gonna help us get into this pose.
All right, so you're gonna lean this way. There we go, let's move. We're gonna just style the robe.
Make sure you are sitting right on top of your hips and that you are on that bottom hip and you're rolling forward to create this nice curve. Want the legs extended and also point your toes. Anything that's coming off frame, we just want it to elongate so that your eyes are drawn to the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes. Something like this. Also, if you do ballet or any kind of dancing, like steady the pretty hands.
Oh, look at you looking all beautiful.
With all the variations that we're doing, one thing to always keep in mind is to stick your chin out like a turtle so that we can create this nice defined jaw. So anytime we're to the side, we're gonna be giving this illusion. If you feel uncomfortable because you might have a double chin, then this is where I'm gonna utilize my hair to kind of frame it around my neck. Now we're gonna try a sitting down pose. So all of my weight is on my hips and on my butt. I'm gonna create a little bit of a V with my arms, create some space on my body, and then you always wanna lengthen through your midsection. So we're gonna go back a little bit, create a triangle with your legs, bringing the one that's closest to the camera a little bit higher, point your other toe, and then again, push back. Now I'm kind of doing a little bit of a twist here with my right side of my shoulder pushing towards the camera, and then push your chin out. Now, I can't see what I look like, so I'm gonna have Michelle and Alice make some micro adjustments if necessary. So we are gonna be shooting today with a 24 to 100 millimeter lens, and we're gonna angle it so that the legs come closest to the camera, making the legs look longer. And my upper body, again, going away from, as I look away from the camera, I'm not bringing my chin up so far that all you see is the back of my chin or up my nose. So bring it down and shape it.
So beautiful. You're gonna wanna buy all of these.
Really?
Yes.
Also, I suggest giving lots of compliments, but only if you're being authentic. Don't you dare lie to her. Here's another tip. I suggest getting your heels. You don't have to walk around the studio with them. We don't want you to get hurt. But once you're seated down, then you can place them. heels are very sexy and they make your legs look much longer. So for our next pose, this is actually quite popular and you'll see this all the time, which is your overhead shots. These are great because they're flattering on everyone. And again, always about lengthening the body and pushing your chin out. With this lounger, one of the things that I like about it is that the head kind of goes down a little bit and it helps the client stretch completely out. So if you can do this, that would be great. You could also do this towards the side of a sofa if you don't have a recliner. So we're gonna bring our legs up and lower ourselves back. We're gonna make this very sexy. Put your arms under your hair, bring them back. This is also, you can see, is already stretching out my tummy. So even if I wasn't wearing this, I would feel pretty comfortable and sexy because this would flatten me out a lot. Remember to keep your chin up. And now Michelle's gonna make these little adjustments for us, styling the hair and placing my hands where they need to be. This hand going into the waist like this is gonna actually bring the eye right over here, creating a little bit more of a curve and making it appear as if I have a rounder booty and a smaller waistline. Now another place to take this shot from is right above their heads. So you're gonna come this way and the face is gonna be closer to the camera. The legs are gonna be leading away. Remember to always curve it out. You can utilize your hands to frame the waist. And most people think to place their hands too low on their hips, but we want it on the smallest part of the waist. So for me, literally, I'm short-waisted. It's gonna be almost underneath my rib cage. So we're gonna bring them down, push your shoulders back to create more space, bring the shoulders down. Time for some standing poses. For right now, we're gonna be using this shirt as a little bit of an accessory. Again, a little bit of a security blanket. Maybe I don't wanna show my arms. Maybe I do. It might come off, we'll see. When we're standing, we wanna create those beautiful S curves. Remember to point your toes. So I'm gonna start by moving my left leg to the front to create a little bit of a shape, bringing it across my body here. My waist, as soon as I do this, I already start curving it out. So let's push that hip out a little bit to create some space here. Bring it a smaller waist. Take my hand, take my elbow, tuck it behind me like this. And now this hand's gonna go right here. You can already tell it's gonna give a little bit of illusion of a smaller, curvier body. We can also make it a little sexier by showing off a little bit more of a shoulder.
Bring your knee over. There you go. Perfect.
I'm gonna bring my knee over right here. Cover a little bit of my tummy because again, I'm not quite ready to show everything yet. Even though I'm bringing my shoulder up, I still wanna have space between my shoulder and my chin. So we don't wanna do this. So for those of us with our tummy, I'm going to actually press my tummy against this chair here. Open up my knees, and then Michelle's gonna finish posing me for you guys and explaining exactly what we're doing. Have your hands kind of go in front of you like this and push out. Keep looking back like you're trying to look at that booty. You're trying to look at that booty.
And when you have these shirts, you want to lift it up and you want to lift her undies up. Give her a wedgie. There you go. Just like that. You fix your hair. There you go.
Onto your knees. Okay, we're gonna go to our knees here. Open them, and then I'm gonna go across my body like this, tucking this in. Again, we're gonna use this to kind of shape us a little bit. Should this come off the shoulder a little bit more? Yes, it should. Now we're gonna go back to our handy dandy trusted mermaid pose. I'm just moving the carpet here so we don't get an inner shot. But again, I'm gonna use this to kind of press my weight against the sofa. And I'm gonna sit in like a halfway mermaid pose. Now, if we're comfortable now and we can get the shirt off, again, create as much space as you can. You can see that we're using the arms to drape and shape the body, and where we place the hands, that's where it's gonna give the illusion of where the curve is. So if I'm curving my arms around my body, it's adding shapes and curves to the body. So again, elbow tucked in where the waist is. Can also go forward like this.
Okay, so guys, so now we're gonna do our famous upside down pose. What I usually ask the ladies, and it works with every time they bring in a white shirt or a black shirt, button up. We're gonna ask her to unbutton it if she's comfortable. Most of them always say yes, like 99.9. And then what I'll tell them is they're gonna lay on their back right here. They're gonna have their booty up close. Before you do this, hold on. You have your booty up close to this edge, and your feet are gonna come up here with your legs. You're gonna be diagonally coming down, so your head is kind of
off the couch.
Yeah. And then before you do that, I normally would suggest you get in your shirt, bring it under your shoulders now, so when you're laying down, you don't have to do it. And you're gonna wrap it under your breasts. There you go. So scoot your booty all the way to the corner.
This is a very small couch.
More. More. There you go. Now put your legs
It
up.
does get awkward like this.
Yes.
And that's okay.
There you go. Bend this front leg. There you go. All right, so what you're gonna do is, let me grab your hair. Sorry. Okay, there you go. You got your head right. You're gonna close your eyes. You're gonna bring that chin up, and you're gonna part your lips. Point your toes.
So that was just a little taste for our plus size posing guide for Boudoir. And if you have booked a goddess session with us, this is something you have to look forward to. Don't you worry, we're gonna take great care of you. If you're interested in getting our posing guide, check the link here in the description for more information. See you next time.